Tēnā koutou.
Se awa tata poto mai e. O te whaawhailoa I ma whatalo whātul pa ia malua ma whaina poto mai nei afi afi. A wāfu ele sauninga whapitoa e aloa ia maamana ia e tangata mawaingata I tasili nei company. Ta alofa lava.
Mabuhay! Ako po si Mary June na maligayang nagsasabi na malugod po namin kayong tinatanggap para sa pagbibigay parangal ng Fletcher Steel sa taong 2021. Maraming salamat po.
Hi, I'm Mary June.
And I'm Anna.
And we want to give a shout out to the store's team
for being a positive influence during this uncertain time. Let's go!
Quick shout out to the coiled inwards team. We're changing the shipping from containers to brake bolt. They'll come up with a new process to make sure any product that could be wet gets unpacked real soon, so we don't have any claims, and the claims this year has been minimal. So cheers guys, great work.
Hello and welcome to the live stream. My name is Chris Parker and I am your host for the Fletcher Steel Annual Awards, coming to you live via the stream. It's very sad that we can't all be physically together today. However, it's great that we can still carry on and come together and celebrate as a team virtually. I want to shout out all those welcomes and shout outs up at the top of the video. Weren't they heartwarming? Good to see us all having a laugh this year. We've got an action-packed show for you this afternoon. I'm hoping you've all been following our pre-communication that we sent to you earlier. My live stream shout outs. I'm sort of losing my mind a little bit in lockdown. I'm very impressed actually with this setup. We're doing it via green screen. I almost feel like I'm filming a scene from Avatar, but no, we're here today to give out some awards. So I hope you've all downloaded the event app, and so for those of you maybe who haven't, thought about doing it a bit later and hurriedly doing it now, you're looking for Mobile Adventures, so you can download that and get involved. And so now I'm going to actually hand over to someone else because I'm actually just here for looks. I'm just the good-looking one. The next man who actually is going to talk is also as good-looking as I am, I will say. But he is standing on a box, though, so he's slightly shorter than me. It is Mike, and he's going to talk you through the technical know-how so that you can get involved and engage through the app. Over to you, Mike.
Oh, thanks for that, Chris. Yeah, I am standing on a box. Unfortunately, not blessed with height like Chris and Adrian. Anyway, I'm here to give you your fun for this afternoon. So the quiz, I'm going to be your quiz master. For those that have been joining us during the build-up to this, then you will have the app already downloaded. But those that want to join in, then it is the Mobile Adventures app. So look for the Mobile Adventures app. You can download that on the Apple Store or on the Google Play. So quickly download that. Once you've done that, you will then get a screen that will look like this. It'll ask you for a QR code. All right, you'll tap on Scan QR Code. Here is the QR code. So if you have downloaded the app already and want to join in the quiz, then scan this QR code. All right, we will have the QR code during some of my other slides. So scan the QR code. That'll then start loading your game. It'll then ask you to select a team that you want to represent. Okay, so select that. Once you've selected your team, it'll then want you to join the game. And to do that, you'll need to take a selfie. So you'll get yourself in that little circle there, tap on the image, and that'll take your selfie. Where we've put in John, you will type in your name. All right, once you've done those two things, you'll then tap on the button there called Join Game. That'll then take you into the game. The QR code is there too for those that are still trying to scan the QR code. All right, so once you're in the game, you'll get a screen that will look like this. Those that have been with us pre-event, you will already have the screen. So to get to your quiz screen, the one that we want you to use for this afternoon, is there's a little icon down the bottom there. All right, you tap on that. That will then expand and give you two choices of game screen. You want to choose this one. This is the game screen we are going to use for our virtual quiz this afternoon. All right, so if you are still trying to join us, that's the QR code. You want to be scanning on that. Obviously, enter in the team you want to play for. Join the game with your selfie and typing in your name. All right, I think what we might do now is get into the quiz. So here we go. So I want you to tap on number 1. All right, tap on the number 1 gear there. That will then open up that'll actually ask you for a password. All right, so the password for this round is logos, Logos. Type that in. Now it is case sensitive, so make sure it is all uppercase. Type that in. You should then get a list of 5 answer tasks on your device. All right, so I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that. Type in that logos code. All right, I think we can move on to question number 1. So question number 1 of our first round of quiz questions. This logo that you can see on screen, what company does this logo represent? All right, so it's the star around the black circle there. Those that are still trying to find the passcode to get in, it's down the bottom here, logos. All right, so round number 1, tap on number 1 and type in logos, and then try and tell us what this logo represents. Now you do need spelling, all right, so you need to make sure that you spell it correctly, I should say. There is no spell check in the game. All right, so we're going to move on to question number 2. This is a quick fire quiz, by the way, so you need to be catching up and keep up with me. This little logo here, the guy with the moustache, can you tell me what company he represents? All right, it is a quick fire quiz, so you do need to type quickly. You need to stay with me throughout it. So question number 2. This guy on screen, who does he represent? Again, if you're trying to get the passcode, it is down the bottom there. It is logos. This is our first round called logos. This is an easy one. All right, we're going to move on now to question number 3. Here we go. I will give you a clue. This is a sports brand. All right, so which company does this logo represent? It is a sports brand. To give you a little clue. So type that into your device. Hopefully I'm getting a whole lot of devices going, yay, and getting some points. You do get 2 attempts on most of these questions, by the way, so if you do fail on that first attempt, you can then obviously have another go for some other points. All right, it is quick fire quiz, so we're going to move on to question number 4 now. This shield, there is some words missing from it. Can you tell me the company that it's representing? Now, you can put in the full name or you can put in the abbreviated letters if you need to. All right, again, I've just probably given you a little bit of a clue there. So tell us what logo that represents. Type that in. Hopefully we're getting some points coming back. Remember, we are going to be competitive. There is prizes up for grabs, guys. All right, now we're going to move into our final question of the round. So question 5 of our first round logos. Which company does this guy on the moon represent? Type that in to your answer bar. I think Chris is playing along here. I can see him being all excited that he's getting these right. Hopefully you're all getting it right at home as well. So this is our final question of this round. All right, we will have some other rounds for you, so plenty of chances to earn some points. All right, I think that is it. So hopefully everybody has got that one right. So that is the first round, guys, of logos. I will be back again shortly with some more fun for round number 2. But in the meantime, I'll hand you back to Chris.
Thank you, Mike. I actually had a great time there, guessing on my own. A little bit sad I can't play as a team, but, you know, I'm Team Chris, so that's okay. I'm just stalling for time because obviously we're doing this in Auckland, so we're just making sure that everything is disinfected and clean as we hand over, masks are put back on. You can smell the disinfectant in the air. It's beautiful, it's glorious, it's a new perfume. So we're now going to hand over to a man you all know, you all love, you all respect. I've only just met him and I'm already in awe of him. Maybe because he's just almost the same height as me. So usually when I find someone my own height, I'm in awe of them, sort of respect them a bit more. Please, welcome Adrian, everyone.
Thank you so much, Chris. And kia ora koutou, team. Welcome to the Fletcher Steel Awards for 2021. We're so pleased we could make this happen, despite all that's going on here in Auckland. We've changed things around a little bit, and as Chris said before, we're in a pretty cool little studio here, all nicely distanced, etc. But equally excited as we would be in person to bring these awards to everyone around the country. Thank you so much for joining us for this for your lunch break as well to watch these. I read an interesting little quote in the paper yesterday, and it was from a community leader who was talking a little bit about where we're at in terms of the country's response to the COVID and the lockdowns. And she said, success is actually thriving. It's not just surviving. And I thought that was a really good little quote and something that we really have to think about at the moment, not just from a COVID perspective, but how healthy we are as a business. And I think recognition is a really important part of thriving. So being able to be here today and consider and recognise some of the wonderful achievements we've had around the business is a real part of the thrive that we need to get to. However, I'm fully aware that a lot of places around the country we're in survival mode. It's really tough out there at the moment with some of the pressures that we've got in terms of supply chain pressures, long lead times, very, very demanding customers. So look, I acknowledge the difficulties that some teams are having. Stay strong through this, go well, and we will get through this. I'm confident that things will get better with some good work. We need to turn this adversity into our friend a little bit, all right? So this is a really important thing for us. How do we learn from this tough time we're going through and get better? And now, over the last year, I think we've had some wonderful examples of that. And some of those, we'll recognise here today over the next hour. You've often heard me talk, when we consider our business, about the 4 pillars. The things that, everything we do should really influence these 4 pillars in a particular way. And I'll just remind you what those 4 pillars are. They're EHS, our environment, health and safety. There are people, all of us out there, all of you watching today, and all of us in the business, people. How engaged are we? How much do we love working here? Service. Service is a critical one. This is how our customers see us and the different solutions we can bring into the marketplace. And of course, then there's the business results, the commercial side of things. This is why we're here for Fletcher Building after all. Now, as well as a business, I think you could think about New Zealand's COVID response in the same way. You think about, we've really done a good job, I think, as far as New Zealand's concerned on the health aspect. So one pillar's good there, the health side of things. But then I'm going, is it really a balanced response? What about the mental health of people, which is so important? When we think about people, are the freedoms there? Can you go and see your friends as you'd want to? What else can we do there? And I know lots of us, particularly here in Auckland, are suffering from that. Can your kids go to school? From a service perspective, are we able to go and access those services and do those things we want to do? Certainly a few of us are struggling with no haircuts at the moment. And then from the commercial results, how is the country actually going to come out of this economically? It's an important point. So that's why as a business, we think about all 4 of those things need to move at once. So the COVID response, I think perhaps the country could learn a little bit in terms of how we're going to get that balance. And I think we'd like to bring that balance at Fletcher Steel. If I think about our 4 pillars over the last year and what I'd like to see for the year ahead. From the EHS perspective, the environment, health and safety pillar, we've done so much work on our Protect program to really improve our health and safety culture and health and safety outcomes, looking after everybody, making sure everyone can go home at the end of each day happy and well. I'm very proud of the work we've put in. In fact, Fletcher Building recognises the big effort we've gone and being proactive, particularly with regards to our safety leadership programs, but also some of the physical work we've done in our plants, where we've done risk containment walks, had a look at what risks may be out there, and started to bring in solutions, whether they be physical solutions, system changes, or training, to make sure we mitigate those risks. We've had no serious injuries in the last year. And whilst we're always wary of it, we know that they can happen. What we want to make sure of is to make sure that everyone does go home safe. Now, in fact, our injury rate, though, in terms of medical treatment and times that you've had to go home because you can't work, that's too high. That's been up at over 8. Now, our target this year is to bring that rate down to about 5. Hey, Steel and Tube, one of our competitors, is at 3. Look, we know all injuries are preventable, but we're not in that place yet where we can absolutely make that happen, and we need to get there over the next year. I want to see that TRIFR rate come down and us to maintain our great work and not having any serious injuries. We come to the people part of the 4 pillars. Now, our engagement results from the FBU survey earlier this year, we stayed steady at about 75%. Now, the rest of the industry really came down by about 5 points because it has been a tough year post-COVID, and we all know that. So, whilst we're really proud of that result, at the same time, it means we're not making this place better for all of you. So we really want to continue to do that, really work on making this place better. Some of the stuff is hard to control, the lockdowns, the impacts that they have, some of the supply chain constraints we're suffering and working through. But there's a lot we can control. We really want to work on everyone's mental well-being over the next year, and also other aspects of health. Now, one way we're doing this is with the Virgin Pulse Go app that we've just launched over the last couple of weeks. I hear there's almost 200 people signed up already to that. Please do sign up. There's a challenge starting in a couple of weeks' time. You get a Fitbit if you need one as part of this. It's a really wonderful thing for well-being, teamwork, and looking after your own health. So I encourage you to sign up. We'll send out some more information on that tomorrow. When I come to the service part of the pillar, this is one area where I'm really proud of. We go out and ask our customers every 6 months what they think of Fletcher Steel, our businesses. What's our service like? And we know that over the last year, we have not met the standards we'd normally like. Our product availability hasn't been as good as it always has been, again, often because of constraints in the supply chain. Our lead times have blown out as well. Despite all that, our customers are still rating us as highly as they ever have, which says to me that other aspects of what we do for our customers, things like communicating to them really well, the expertise we give them, and also the other types of services that we can offer in terms of value add to the products they buy. Those things are going really well and offsetting some of the other constraints that we're facing. But what we are seeing, though, is a really increased importance on that communication piece. Whereas in the past, it was all about delivery. Get the product there on time as promised. We're starting to see at these times communication becomes so much more important. In fact, in a lot of the surveys we've just done over the last month, communication came out as the highest, I suppose, correlation of overall rating of us in terms of what services we provide. So get that communication right, put that extra time into talking to your customers, setting the right expectations around lead times, and that will help in our overall rating in the next year. As well as that, we're adding some pretty cool new toys to the business. So we've just got sign-off, as you would have seen in my last note, from some gas cutting resource at the Profile Plate plant here in Auckland. And we've also got some pretty fancy ovens coming into PCC, which are really going to help our sustainability, reduce our carbon footprint. There's more of these coming in the next years. When it comes to business results, we're back on par. We thought we were going to be down this year, but after COVID, but everyone's done really well, and we're back on par as far as our business results have gone. They've been up and down over the past, and now I want to see some what we call through cycle results. We all know that the steel price goes up and down, and it makes it really hard sometimes to hit those profitability targets. But what we've done over the last year and a half is really build that resilience and added value in different areas. So regardless of where the steel cost is at, our profitability is maintained. And Fletcher Building really appreciate what we've been able to do there. So again, I want that through cycle profitability to be maintained. There's been some wonderful pricing behavior out there. We're really getting value out of the work we do, making sure that when we do cool stuff for our customers, that they're willing to pay for it and that they do. And again, that really helps the health of the business overall. In the next year, we need to continue to be efficient. We're capacity constrained in some areas. We need to make the right amount of product to match with our capacity and get the pressure levels right across the business, and then we'll succeed. Now look, there is something that I have learned a little bit from watching these announcements every day at 1 o'clock, and that's the ability to bring a graph along that no one can really read and I can refer to in the future. So look, this graph here, which is upside down, there we go, that's a lot better. This graph here, again, you don't really need to see it, but we haven't been able to shift the outcomes of those 4 pillars equally at the same time. Every year there's something that falls down, whether that be EBIT that falls or our injury rate that falls. We've never been able to move the dial on all 4 at once. So that's my big challenge to you in the next year. How do we have a balanced impact of all the work we're doing to get great outcomes in all 4 of our pillars? There's some things that we're going to do to accelerate that, because it might take a little bit of time to do. We think sustainability is a really important driver at the moment. It's really pushing our innovation in some of our businesses, and there's some great opportunities out there that you're going to see over the next couple of years. Digital is a massive trend, and you've heard a little bit about the big Digital at Fletcher's program with some heavy investment from Fletcher Building into the space. For steel, we're a bit behind the 8 ball, but we can now choose which areas we really want to go after some digital solutions, whether it be e-commerce, the way we deal with our customers, or efficiency back in our plants. That's really going to accelerate a lot of those outcomes for us. Capacity. We know capacity constrained in some places. We're doing a lot of work again with Fletcher Building to unlock some funds to help us unlock some more capacity to increase the amount of output we can bring, and again, some of the services we can give to our customers. And lastly, it's about talent. It's about all of you out there. How do we get some great people on board? And we've had some wonderful people join the business in the last year. And how can we really make sure the impact of our wonderful people is greater? And again, that really brings us to today. where we can recognise some of the wonderful talent and achievements we've had throughout the business. So I'm looking forward to that, Chris.
Thank you, Adrian. Oh my gosh. I feel like I should have you like in my bubble, just giving me an inspiring talk every morning and sort of gassing me up. Now, we're going to head into another round of the quiz. Is that correct? Okay. So we're just disinfecting, wiping, cleaning, spraying, masking up, keeping it safe in here. So amazing to hear how Fletcher Steele's has been going over the year. Very inspiring stuff. I mean, that's the thing about this COVID situation. It really does affect everyone in the team. You know, there's not one person that is sort of lumped with, you know, all the challenges. It's sort of spread evenly. It's sort of the great binder, you know, like it unifies everyone together. So I want you to all get your phones out because we're about to get into the second round of our quiz. Even though we are celebrating each other today, it is also a competition. So I want you to go in there and I want you to win. So I'm just going to hand over now to Mike.
Brilliant. Thank you, Chris. All right, guys, it is round number 2 time. All right, so we want to be tapping on, of course, the number 2 on your device. So tap on number 2, the gear there. All right, again, it'll ask you for a passcode. This is your passcode for this round. It's GAMES, G-A-M-E-S. Remember, it is case sensitive, so we want that in uppercase. Type that in and you'll get 5 little answer bars. Now, you can probably tell that the round of this one is board games. All right, I'm sure that you guys have played a few of these during lockdown, so we're going to test your knowledge on these board games. All right, so question number 1. In the game Cluedo, which of the following is not a character? So you have multi-choice on your device. All right, so simply tap on the one that you think is not part of the game Cluedo, also known as Clue in the USA. All right, if you missed that passcode for this round, it is down here at the bottom called GAMES, G-A-M-E-S. All right, so question one. Which of the following is not one of the characters in Cluedo? It is multi-choice on your device, so tap on that. All right, we are going to move on to question number 2 now. It is quick fire, remember, so you need to keep up. Question number 2. In the classic edition of Trivial Pursuit, which colour category is history? All right, so I want you to type in a colour of one of the pieces of pie that is on the Trivial Pursuit game. All right, the one that represents history is the one that we want, what we're looking for. So type that in your answer bar. All right, you'll tap on the answer bar, keyboard will pop up. You'll type in your answer. Remember, spelling is key. There is no spell check. All right, we're going to move on now to question number 3. All right, what simple, popular children's board game originated in India? All right, again, what's your spelling? You need to type this in. So it's a board game. I'm sure a lot of you have played it before, but it originated in India. Can you tell us what that is? Hopefully you're getting all these correct. I did see in that first round we did have quite a few points given out, which is brilliant. All right, moving on to question number 4 shortly. Give you a couple more seconds to put that in. All right, we're going to move on to question number 4 now. Here it is. These characters that you can see on screen, they belong to a board game, one of my favorites as a kid. Can you tell me what these characters come from? So I want the name of the board game itself. All right. There might be some handy hints in some of the characters. I don't know if you can see some of the characters there, what they potentially could look like. It's not a well-known game in New Zealand. But can you name the board game from the characters that you see on screen there? All right, we're going to move on to our final question. Question number 5 of our board games round number 2. In chess, which piece always moves diagonally? All right, so we want the piece that moves diagonally. Type that into your device, and hopefully you're going to get your phone going, yay, and getting some points coming back at you. All right, so question number 5, the final question of this round. In chess, which piece always moves diagonally? All right, so that is your 5 questions of round number 2. I will be back for another round, so the last chance to score as many points as you possibly can. So I will be back for round 3. In the meantime, Chris, back to you.
Thank you. Here I am in my sort of whitewashed wall. This is the great thing about a green screen. I can kind of be anywhere, which I like. We could change the background, make me look like I'm doing live at the Apollo, which would be great for my ego. I actually sort of feel like I'm about to give the 1 p.m. press briefing, sort of come in, kia ora koutou katoa. Good old Ashley Bloomfield. I mean, a good man, but a dry personality, I would say. But we love him, we respect him. He gets the job done. It's a weird one, you know, doing comedy over, well, a camera. I can't see you. I don't know how you're going. But in many ways, you know, you have to be able to spin it and make it a positive. And in some ways, it's good. If I'm bombing, well, I wouldn't know, would I? You could just talk over me. And I'd think, well, that was a great gig. I think I did a perfect job in many ways. It's been a funny lockdown, this one, I would have to say. I felt like, you know, in my opinion, first lockdown, a bit thrilling. You know, it was all new for us, new landscape. You know, all fun. We get to bake bread at home, and you know, we could throw Zoom parties, do formal Fridays, dress up. You know, everyone was really almost going over and above. Whereas I sort of feel like the energy of this latest lockdown energy has been a little bit lower, would I say, sort of a bit flatter. You know, no one's sort of baking bread anymore. They're sort of just pulling out the dirty crusts that no one want to eat from their bread loaf and putting that in the toaster, sort of staring at their phone for a few hours, letting that burn. Oh, well, that'll have to do. Pouring the last bit of butter on that. You know, it's a bit sad. No one's sort of getting dressed up. I haven't really got out of my sweatpants at all. I mean, today would be the first day, and I'm in a nice sort of suit pant here, but it is still elasticated because I'm being realistic about this, Aotearoa. I'm not brave enough to try on a pair of pants that doesn't have an elasticated waist. And those are one of the many kind of liberties that you've got to give yourself. We've got to be easier on ourselves, because I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to, you know, live this like lockdown, flawless routine. I'm going to wake up at 8 a.m. I'm going to go for a walk around the neighborhood. I'm going to wave at every neighbor. You know, I'm going to do my home workout routine. I'm going to lift up, you know, cans of beans and get my biceps going. No, I've given up entirely. I've given up entirely. I feel it's so weird being in this bunker. I sort of feel like I'm losing my mind. But that being said, you know, like you never know what a lockdown might give you. I've got a bit of a story from my first lockdown, a bit of a surreal event. It was right back at the top when everyone was freaking out. You know, we had that press briefing and everyone was running around going, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? My partner goes, Chris, you need to go out and get supplies. Remember that? Everyone was running around getting supplies. They're either stocking up their toilet paper or their canned food. At no point did anyone say that this virus gives you diarrhea. I will just say that. Yet we all sort of collectively decided that we're going to need to stock up on toilet paper. What? And the weird thing is, like, where did that begin? I think what happened, my theory is, you know, one person was at the supermarket walking along and they saw someone else with a tower of toilet paper and they thought, I didn't even think about that. And then they start copying and everyone else starts copying and you don't even know why you bought it. So I was running around looking for supplies. And it's funny, you know, supplies is a funny word because you can sort of interpret that however you like. I think my partner was thinking, you know, I'd go out and get, you know, a sourdough starter or some hand sanitizer. No, I actually ran to a local craft shop because I figured we're going to be stuck inside, we'd have some fun crafting activities. So I went into the craft shop and it's called Daiso Japan. We've got it here in Auckland. It's like a little Japanese everything shop. You think of a very specific product and they've got the thing you need. If, you know, like tiny little tweezers to get the sleep out of your eyes with. They sell that there, you know. Gorgeous little slippers to wear on your toes so when you tiptoe in the morning, you can keep your toes warm. You think of the product, they've got it. So I was looking for a crafting activity that I could just pick up immediately, have a go at it, and nail it. Because I'm not a very practical, and that's why it's quite weird that I'm here at the Fletcher Steel Awards, because I wouldn't say I've got good sort of know-how DIY skills. I can't really do anything. You may have seen a bit of that on Celebrity Treasure Island. Can't even really steer a boat or communicate Angela Bloomfield to steer the boat in the right direction. Anyway, I found the craft I was looking for. It's called needle felting, all right? So basically it's a pack of wool, unspun wool, and you're given a needle and the wool and you can stab it, you know, 1,000,000 times and you can create these tiny little objects. It's hard to describe. and it is kind of pointless. But I think that was the beauty of it, you know? It's not like knitting where I can make a useful scarf or a beanie or some gloves that I could wear in winter. No. The main use of felting is you could probably turn it into a Christmas ornament, and no one really wants it anyway. But it was great because everything you needed was in the pack. So I bought these $3 needle felting kits, and I went home and I was like, babe, don't worry, I've got the supplies. He didn't leave me, thank goodness. We're still together, lockdowns aside. And I started it, and I just immediately fell in love with it. I think it was just being able to focus on something so mindless, so boring, in a world that seemed so kind of, the news just felt, I couldn't even comprehend the news, like a global pandemic. To be able to focus in on stabbing this wool and turning this unspun wool into a tiny little hedgehog wearing a top hat, it was just the thing I needed. So I just started stabbing. Morning, noon, and night, just going for it like crazy. And I wouldn't stop. But also being a product of my generation, I couldn't just discover this wonderful craft and enjoy it for myself. No. I had to sort of film myself doing that, and then sort of upload that footage and upload that to a sort of social media network, Instagram for me, and share that with everyone. I needed everyone to kind of like and respond, being like, it looks like you're really enjoying it, for me to sort of cognitively understand that I was enjoying it. And oh my goodness, did so many people respond. I've been doing comedy for a wee while now, not usually in bunkers like this, but I've had sort of somewhat a good response from my comedy online. But never have I experienced a response like this. All of New Zealand responding to me saying, keep stabbing. The stabbing is what we need to focus on right now. So I just suddenly, like a cat with some catnip, just went crazy. And I was showing off, and I was stabbing morning, noon, and night. Suddenly, I wasn't even a comedian. I was just a professional felter. So I made all these tiny objects, because I bought about 9 packs. A pig, a rabbit, a hedgehog, all doing these weird activities. I don't know what my life had become, but I was like, we've just got to follow this, because I'm discovering something new about myself. So then I ran out of the packs, so I got my hands on some, like packs of just like wool. So now I was going free form. I wasn't even making the predetermined felting kits. I was just creating my own felt creations, which is where my year really got a bit wild. I made these little felt ornaments of things and symbols of the time. So I made like a little Jacinda and Ashley. I made a tiny little house. I made a bubble. I made the Zoom logo, because we all spent a lot of time on Zoom last year. Toilet paper, a little Dutch oven with a sourdough in it. I made it all. I never could felt before, and suddenly I could, I think of the object, I could make it out of felt. And then I said to my Instagram, I was like, what should I do with these felt creations? And everyone responded, you should put them on a hat. And I was like, well, I feel like it's a real sign of where we were as a country back then. And I was like, but I don't have a hat. And they're like, no, you must make the hat out of felt. So I was like, okay, New Zealand, I will do this for you, because I'm not really good at anything, but I am good at just sort of giving it a crack, So I got some sheets of felt, and I drew a picture of a hat. And I don't really know how to I just drew a picture of a hat twice and then sort of sewed it together, because I figured if it looks like a hat that way and a hat that way, then it's a hat. So, give it a crack. And I stuck all the objects all over it. I'd never been more popular. I'd never been more successful. I'd created this felt crown with all these objects on it, and I thought it was done. Like, I thought I had reached the top of my ability. But boy, was I wrong. I'd underestimated myself, because I got a wee message and a little email. Well, it was an Instagram notification. Auckland Museum. They'd been following, and they contacted me saying, hey, Chris, love seeing what you're doing with the hat there. We were wondering if we could buy that hat off you for our permanent collection. At this point, I was still alone in my house. Like, I couldn't run to mum and dad and be like, Mum, Dad, you finally proud of me? No, I was just alone, screaming at my fiance, being like, Auckland Museum want to buy this hat off me. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Until I get another notification. This is literally what happened last year to me. Like, I'm not lying. Another notification, this time, Te Papa, our national museum, emailed me directly saying, hey, Chris, we'd also like to buy the hat off you. I had 2 national museums in my messages, fighting over the it was like the Pride and the Prejudice, but with like a gay man and 2 museums. I just couldn't believe, I didn't know how to settle it. Like, should they got their old swords out of their collections and have a duel over me? Like, I didn't know how to sort this one out. And I just never imagined this would have been my year. So I just let them sort it out between the two of them. And I settled it. I gave the hat the fairest way I could to who asked first. So I gave the hat over to the Auckland Museum. And if you happen to be in Auckland, and the museum's back open and we're at level 2, you can actually go see my hat in a glass case. I'm in a glass case at a museum. I'm not even dead yet, I've got unpaid parking fines. If anything, it's offensive to the other exhibits in the museum. But to top it all off, to Papa, I got a photo of me wearing the hat. They bought the photo of me wearing the hat for their permanent collection. So while everyone else was wasting their time baking banana bread, I got myself into 2 national museums. So you never know what you're capable of, even in a pandemic. A bit of a brag there, guys. Sorry, just thought. All right, enough of me bragging. I think it's time we get into the awards. Is that right? All right. So we're going to head into our value awards. These 4 awards recognise contribution to the business in line with our values, which demonstrate how we protect ourselves and those around us, how bold we are, customer leading, and better together. So our first award is our Be Bold award. Be bold. Get into felting. Be Bold is all about creating a workplace that encourages people to have a go, be innovative, be courageous in their convictions, and excited to try out new ideas. Our finalists for the Be Bold award are Snow Mori, Easy Steel; Harakesh Verma, Fletcher Reinforcing; Adrian Joyce, Easy Steel; Levi Heta, Pacific Coil Coaters. And our Be Bold, not Be Bald, Be Bold award winner is Harakesh Verma. Round of applause. Oh, we have that from our live studio audience. Congratulations, Harakesh. Based in Hamilton, Harry has been an integral part of the Fletcher Reinforcing Central Region's commercial team. It's a very challenging role with strong focus on detail, while being aware of all the variations he communicates with all his quantity surveyors, responding to all the disputes in his genial, professional fashion. From the Farmers Project alone, there was almost 100 variations, and even more than that number of disputes. And it's all because of Harry's ability to deal with these in a very professional manner. Our debtors list is almost 0 due to Harry, and making him one of the favourites of the accounts team. So let's check out what Harry has to say.
I'm very honored to be part of the Fletcher Steel family and super excited to receive this award because this is the first kind of award I'm getting in my career history. So really happy for that. Big thank you to Riz and Darren for guiding me and providing all kind of support that helped me to find a better way of doing things and also making sure that our customers are happy with the outcome. The entire team at Rio has been wonderful, and special thanks to the beautiful credit control team who has helped us to bring our data under control. And I believe that without the support of the team, I wouldn't be worthy of this award. So big thank you for that. And I wish to continue rocking in this way together and bring many, many more awards to the team. Thank you.
Hey, well done, Harry. Look, being bold is about showing initiative and going out there and doing something really special for the business. And we had a lot of nominees and those top four finalists there who really exhibited that quality. Look, with Harry, it actually relates a little bit to the 4 pillars. You've got a tough job there of balancing, when you're putting claims on people and variations, how do you balance the great commercial outcome of making sure we get paid for the work we did, but also balance that long-term relationship? And look, Harry, you've done a brilliant job of that, and I think really set the standard not only for Fletcher Reinforcing, but more widely around the business, how we balance those 2 elements and those 2 4 parts of the pillars. So congratulations, Harry. Great job.
All right, on to our Better Together award. Better Together sums up who we are, how we work, and how we make a difference. It's about how we harness our diversity, collaborate, and share as one Fletcher Steel team. And with that being said, our Better Together finalists are James Knipe, Fletcher Reinforcing; Shay Roberts, Pacific Coil Coaters; Supply Team, Easy Steel; Norman York, Easy Steel. And our Better Together award winner is Norman York. Love that round of applause. Congratulations, Norm. He epitomises the Better Together at Fletcher Steel. He is a natural leader of people, one who operates with honesty and transparency and a focus on the team. His efforts during the last 18 months with the challenges of COVID, leading the team with his positive attitude, makes him a deserved winner of this award. So let's hear a little bit from Norm.
Kia ora tātou. Firstly, congratulations to all the nominees this year. It's an achievement in its own to be nominated through one of the toughest periods that we've actually been through in the last 18 months. So well done on your nominations and being finalists in this year's Steel Awards. From my side, I'd like to acknowledge Adrian Blake for the culture that you're setting across Steel. Paul Murphy, the SLT, you guys' guidance and leadership. Kylie and the ELT, you guys have been amazing. You've had some really challenging times over the last 12 months, but you guys have managed to break through it and create a great platform for Easy Steel to follow on from. So thank you all for your guys' support. My team, my direct team, and my indirect teams, amazing. I'd be nowhere without you guys. So now I'm accepting today's award on behalf of all of us. So this is a team effort, so thank you all for your guys' support and your dedication that you give to our work. The wider Easy Steel whānau, man, you guys are the rock. Maybe not Dwayne Johnson, but you guys are the rock of Easy Steel. The relationships that I've managed to build with a lot of our people, it's amazing. The culture that we have, I'd love it. So everybody look after themselves, take care of yourselves. We're going to get through this. Be kind, be safe, get vaccinated. Ka kite.
Well, Norm, I can smell what Easy Steel's cooking, and it smells good. Look, it's no surprise you crediting other people, Norm. Look, to be honest though, you consistently show us how it's done. With all the pressures of the last year, the way you've communicated and brought the teams together, it's spectacular and a big part of Easy Steel's recent success. And look, I think it'll continue into the next year. I think we can only get better from the pressures we're facing now. Considering others people's needs, all the different teams, the pressures they might be under, that's a really important part right now and into next year. And again, Norm, you do that spectacularly well, as the other finalists there. So congratulations, mate. Well deserved.
Oh, I'm starting to feel the Norman York effect. I feel uplifted. All right, on to our customer leading. Customer leading is our commitment to our customers to see things from their perspective, anticipate their needs, and make their lives easier. So our finalists for the Customer Leading Award are Alicia Jones, CSP Pacific; Jovan Villacraz, Fletcher Reinforcing; Jock Gaines, Easy Steel; Stephen Lomas, Diamond Roofing. And our Customer Leading Award winner is, drumroll please, Stephen Lomas. Congratulations. Stephen is an important member of the team at Diamond Roofing in Christchurch. Even though his job is on the manufacturing side of the business, as a sign of how he is respected by his external customers, he has gone to customers' premises and job sites to assist customers and is viewed as an expert by them. Well done, Stephen. Let's check out what Stephen has to say.
Well, team, here we are, Fletcher Steel Awards 2021. Finally made it. 3 years in a row we've been nominated down here, so good to win one. Just want to send a massive shout out to the person who nominated me this year. I really appreciate the feedback that we've been given. It's been a hard year for us down here at Structural, as with everyone across the business. We've had our challenges along the way, especially lately. And just a huge shout out to the other nominees. I know everyone's put in a damn hard effort this year to get to where we are, and may it long continue. And yeah, just a massive shout out and a big thank you to everyone for working alongside us and being patient with us at the moment where we can't supply everything we wish we really could. So cheers guys, have a good one. Thank you.
Yeah, look, Stephen, I think you represent and epitomise not only a strength of the Diamond Structural team there, but Diamond South Island, where it feels like sometimes everyone in the business is customer facing. You know, the way the ops and supply teams work in with customers, it's really impressive, and it sets a really good example, I think, for the whole business. Look, even when Diamond Structural, you lost your rep last year post-COVID, you got in there, Stephen, talking to customers, making things happen. And as I talked a bit about before, with those Net Promoter Score surveys we've got, and Diamond Structural's just come up with a really awesome improvement as well. Communicating and setting the right expectations with customers, but then doing everything we can to meet the expectation we set is critical, and you do a wonderful job of that. Thanks, Stephen. Well done.
On to our Protect Award. Protecting our people sits at the heart of what we all do. Every day, it starts with a belief that all injuries are preventable so that we can strive towards zero injuries. We should all expect to go home free from harm every single day, and that's down to all of us. So our finalists for the Protect Award are Kelly Grace, Fletcher Steel, Michelle Griffin and Kate Hodinott, Fletcher Steel, Hamish Gervin, Diamond Roofing, Jenny Brockway, Pacific Coil Coaters, and our winner of the Protect Award is Kelly Grace. Congratulations. Kelly took on the role of project lead for the steel safety function redesign. Kelly gets this award for her ability to lead the team through the redesign, restructure, and recruiting while being heavily involved at all stages. This was particularly impressive when there was no template to follow, and now the evidence of Kelly's work is seen in the new way steel safety team is working across the business. Let's hear from Kelly Grace, our winner.
Kia ora. Thank you for this prestigious award. I feel truly honoured to be recognised for my individual contribution, but in reality it took an entire team to deliver this. From the discovery process where 50 of you gave your very honest and at times very personal perspective on safety, to the safety cohort who convened in Auckland and shaped the key themes and direction, to the senior leadership team who championed the changes required and invested in the capability needed to deliver the vision, and to the P&P team who worked quietly in the background, pulling various aspects of the project together. Thank you. And now the rubber's hitting the road, and we have a team of highly talented and capable EHS practitioners and safety leaders bringing all of this work to life. I'd like to dedicate this award to my dad, whose life was irrevocably changed through a very preventable workplace accident, and to the Winstone Aggregates driver who tragically lost his life on Friday. Let us never forget why safety is our #1 focus. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that share, Kelly. But as well as that, yeah, you must take some credit for that transformational change which we've really made in the safety team. Last year, when we moved to a line-led safety model, which meant all of us line leaders out there, whether it be operational, sales, supply, taking responsibility for safety, meant that the role of the health and safety team really changed. The type of support, the type of talent we needed, and the structure of that team needed to change to make that a success. Kelly, you recognise that in the work you and the P&P team did, and indeed some of that cohort of people advised. It was magnificent. It really made or set that foundation, I suppose, for the success we're starting to see across the business. So thank you so much for that, Kelly. You're a wonderful example of the influence that any leader can have on health and safety.
Thank you, Adrian. Well, it's been so great to be able to be here and relish in everyone's success and say such kind things about each other, but we also have a competition at hand, right? We're all on the app. We're all playing. We're all competing against each other. We love a bit of healthy competition here in Aotearoa. So I'm going to bring back Mike to the lectern and up on his box to get into the next round.
Oh, thanks, Chris. All right, guys. Yes, this is round 3, the final round. So the last chance to just get some points on the board for yourself. So nice and simple like we've been doing, tapping on the numbers. So this case, number 3 for our round. All right. I believe this is one of Chris's favourite rounds. This is the emoji round. All right, so the passcode is EMOJI, emoji. All right, I'm hoping that a lot of you use emojis out there. All right, so that is your passcode. Type that in, and obviously you'll get your 5 little answer bars coming up. All right, so we'll go into question number 1 of emojis, yeah, final round of the quiz. Here we go. So this is a TV show. All right, what TV show does the 2 emojis spell? All right, try and figure that out. So 2 emojis, it's a famous TV show. Nice and simple. All right, so this is basically the gist of the round. There'll be some emojis on screen, and we want you to try and tell us what the TV show is. All right, so we're going to move on to question number 2 now. Question number 2. These emojis here. So you got the clubs, spades, hearts, diamonds. What TV show does that spell out? If you missed the password for this round, it is emoji, EMOJI. So type that in. All right, so what TV show does these emojis spell? All right, quickfire quiz. So we're moving on. Question number 3 now. Here we go. This is a little bit more difficult. All right, but again, it's a famous TV show. I'm sure a lot of you have watched it. All right. So we've got new. We've got, could it be a king? Maybe something else? I'm not going to give away too much. Then you've got a bell and maybe a breath of fresh air. Might be a little clue there for some of you. All right, that's question number 3. All right, we'll move on now. Question number 4 of emojis. Here we go. Which one does this spell out? Another really good show, quite famous. So you got your game controller, you've got like an aeroplane seat there and some swords. What could that be spelling out? Remember, spelling is key, so make sure you got your spelling correct, otherwise you won't be getting these right. So type that in your answer bar. All right, guys, we're going to move on now to question number 5. This is the last question, your last chance to get some points. All right, again, another famous, well-known TV show, but these emojis might trick you a little bit. We've got an elephant, we've got an explosion, and a light bulb. What could they be spelling out? It's a TV show. Remember, this is the last chance to earn some points. It's our final question of our quiz. All right, guys, last time. I'm taking it off screen now. Here we go. All right, so that was your final round. I'm now going to tally up the scores, and I will be back later to announce some winners. Chris?
Thanks, Mike. I reckon that round sorted out the winners from the losers. It was quite a tricky one. Some of those emojis really throwing you off there. Love a good emoji. Often my mum gets me to text my dad on behalf of her, and I always, be like, get some bread on the way back home, and I always chuck in a wee emoji, keep the romance alive in their relationship. Okay. On to the last and final award portion of our event over your lunch break. It is the Support Award for an individual or team who has gone above and beyond in supporting the business through the year. And our finalists for the Support Award are Hire Team, CSP Pacific, Janice Montgomery, Fletcher Steel, Credit Team, Fletcher Steel, Julie Jones and Cody Squires, sorry, my vision there, Diamond Roofing. Mike Tai, Easy Steel. Mustafa Khan, Pacific Coil Coaters. And our support award winner is Fletcher Steel Credit Team. The Fletcher Steel Credit Team, they have taken on the important and massive task of reducing overdue payments, and this is now sitting at levels that we have not seen before at Fletcher or Fletcher Building. Not only are they hard workers, but each and every one of them develops an important relationship with their customers. So we resolve their queries and get paid on time. Who doesn't love getting paid on time? Together, they have achieved so much every day and deliver real results for steel. All credit to them. Let's see what Fletcher Steel Credit Team have to say.
Kia ora, Fletcher Steel whānau. I'm Azima from the credit team. Thank you so much for the support award. It is a great honour and privilege to receive this award on behalf of my team. I would like to thank my team, Aquila, Emily, Julia and Manan, for their incredible efforts. My team thrives under pressure, always work together and never complain. Our overdues never looked this good before. I'm so proud of what we have achieved today. I also would like to thank all the other teams and our managers, as this wouldn't be possible without their support. So thank you. And now, this message is for my team. Well done, my awesome team. Please note, the bar has been raised again. Ngā mihi mai oha.
Congratulations, Mozima and the credit team. You're the epitome of these wonderful teams and people we have around the business that sometimes are a little bit behind the scenes, but are absolutely critical to the achievements that we have out there in the marketplace. Look, if there was a Fletcher Building Awards on today, I wouldn't be surprised if the Fletcher Steel Credit Team won that as well. It is unprecedented, the effort and the results we're getting in the marketplace. Now, and when you're collecting debt, sometimes it's hard to build a good relationship, but it's actually like we've got another team of salespeople out there. That's how good our credit team is. So well done. It's wonderful to see that those building relationships out there, and great job to the team. Hope to see you again soon.
On to our Leadership Award. This award recognises those individuals who have demonstrated true leadership in all aspects of their role. And our finalists are Yanni Boyson, Fletcher Reinforcing; Kevin Walker, Easy Steel; Evan Gordon, Diamond Roofing; Lopaki Tonga, Pacific Coil Coaters; Mozima Mohammed, Fletcher Steel. And our Leadership Award winner is Yanni Boyson. Yanni is an absolute star when it comes to not only displaying leadership within the Levin Fletcher Reinforcing branch, but also in encouraging our team members to step up and take on more responsibility. Under Yanni's leadership, our team have been more productive, made less errors, and worked even better as an overall team, especially when it comes to providing our customers with such fantastic service that they come back to us time and time again. Great work. Let's hear from Yanni.
Hi there. I would like to thank you for this award. It really means a lot to me. And like any successful story, you always need to have a strong supporting team behind you, and therefore I would like to thank my family. We started the new chapter about 2 years ago when we moved to New Zealand, left all our loved ones, family and friends behind. So just from my side, thanks a lot for you guys always being positive, willing to meet new people, make new relationships, and always trying to see the glass half full rather than half empty. Secondly, I would like to thank my new family, Fletcher Reinforcing Levin. Thanks for all your guys' support, making me feel welcome, and just for continuously trying to make our workplace a better place, a safer place, and a fun place to work at. And lastly, I would like to thank Darren Crean. Darren, thanks a lot for all your support, and your experience is irreplaceable, and that makes it a lot easier for us at branch level. Good luck for the Fletcher Steel group for the remainder of this year. Be strong.
Oh, Yanni, you'll have to tell me your secret, how you keep your kids so well behaved when they pop up on my team's meetings. But hey, look, when you saw that list of finalists there, there's no surprise that a lot of the teams that are nominated for some of the Team of the Year awards have a leader that's also nominated. And Yanni, you're an awesome example of that. Great leadership builds great culture and then great results. And I love the way you talk about your team like as a family there. And again, I think the engagement that you have there at Levin, the wonderful customer satisfaction scores that you're achieving, and then as well as safety and profitability, you really balance things out so well. Great effort from the Levin team. Look, you've had some tough times, but I see a really bright future for the branch. Nice work, Yanni.
On to our Sales Team of the Year award. The Sales Team Award is for a group of people who have really delivered on our goal to be the supplier of choice in New Zealand. And our finalists are North Island DB and Tendering Team, Fletcher Reinforcing; Palmerston North Sales Team, Easy Steel; Diamond Invercargill, Diamond Roofing; Easy Steel Whangarei Branch, Easy Steel; Sales Team Pacific Coil Coaters. And our winner of Sales Team of the Year is Easy Steel Palmerston North. Well done, Easy Steel Palmerston North. The team have punched well above their weight in the overall performance during FY21. They broke numerous records this year with record sales results in FY20. A very small team of 6 staff, outstanding in customer support, and always willing to go the extra mile to service the customer's needs. Nice work, team.
Well, what can I really say but thanks. Been a great team effort through a tough year. And we had pretty stiff competition this year again, and it's good to see the team come out on top. Our condolences to the teams who missed out this year. We know how you feel, but unfortunately someone's got to win, and it was our turn this year. So thanks to us, thanks from us from here at the Palmy. So cheers.
Yeah, cheers, Kevin. Typically understated from you, I think, Kev, just like the way you go about getting your results. So year on year, Palmerston North has been an outstanding branch, and many times been a finalist. Consistently among the highest net promoter scores. Just this week we actually got it back, a score of 69 for Palmerston North, which is sensational, particularly given the supply constraints we've got at the moment. The margin you generate per person in your branch, again, is phenomenal, and it's just one of those examples where you do some stuff that your customers love, you really add value to your customers' business, and those customers then pay accordingly for it, which is as it should be. So well done, Kevin. To all the Palmy North team, love it. Looking forward to heading down your way for a steak at the Aberdeen sometime.
Ooh, that does sound good, doesn't it? Okay, on to the Operations Team or Site of the Year. We have a diverse range of manufacturing sites across New Zealand, and this award is for the operation team that has shown the best performance in 2021. Our finalists are Hamilton Production Team, Fletcher Reinforcing; Operations Team, Pacific Coil Coaters; Levin Production Team, Fletcher Reinforcing; Auckland NRDC Operations, Easy Steel; Prefabrication Team, Fletcher Reinforcing. And our Operations Team winner is the Pacific Coil Coaters Team. Following the 2020 restructure at Pacific Coil Coaters, the operations went down from 14 shifts a week to 11. They lost several experienced operators in the months following the restructure. By June 30th, 2021, PCC had produced a record year in both production tonnes and quality. Most importantly, this was achieved whilst keeping all their staff safe. So let's hear from the PCC operations team after their great win.
Hey everyone, hey thanks not only for the nomination but awesome winning the award, Site of the Year, fully deserved to be honest. Performed really well for this last financial year, yeah, everyone across site, so thanks again for the nomination. Thanks to all the nominees as well for the other sites. well done to you, and yeah.
Yeah, well done, Ian and the PCC team. Look, last year we expected volumes to drop off after the COVID lockdowns, and the team and the resources that you had were accordingly smaller. Yet we actually had an increase in demand, and the work you were able to do, the output you were able to get from the business, from our plant. In fact, our overall equipment effectiveness, which is really basically how much we can get out of the resources we have, went up from 61 to 72 last year, which was sensational, and meant that not only our business but our customers were better off than they would have been, and certainly when some of our competitors have been able to do. So very deserving award there for the PCC team. Well done. Now look, our last award is a really important one. It's the Andrew Dioriel and Chandra Urapalli Memorial Health and Safety Award. Andrew and Chandra will always be close to our hearts and provide us with that extra conviction to go out and do some great work with health and safety around our business. So, to the finalists here today, well done. Chris.
Our finalists for the Andrew Dioriel and Chandra Urapalli Memorial Health and Safety Award. People and Performance Team, Fletcher Steel, Fletcher Wire, Auckland NRDC Easy Steel, Pacific Coil Coaters, and our winner of the Health and Safety Award is Pacific Coil Coaters. In 2019, Pacific Coil Coaters had a serious incident on site, resulting in one of their employees being injured. There are a number of hard lessons learned by this incident, and it was an opportunity for the team to come together and fix these important things they wanted to work on. Everyone now has a common safety mindset that all work-related injuries are preventable. And no task is so important that it cannot be done safely. So well done, team.
Hi, it is a great honour to be accepting the Health and Safety Team of the Year Award on behalf of my PCC family. Winning this award is a great achievement and recognition to everyone at PCC who have been supporting one another and working together as one team to ensure that every day we are going home safe, injury-free to our family and friends. So to my PCC family, congratulations, and we can celebrate once we're all back on site, and hopefully that will be very soon. And on behalf of PCC, we'd like to congratulate all the nominees in the Fletcher Steel Awards. Thank you.
Yeah, look, Jenny, you're a great driving force behind safety at PCC, but as you note, it has to be the whole team that comes together to make it happen. And we just acknowledged, I suppose, the great output that PCC was able to get last year in ramping up in volume. The thing is, that wasn't a trade-off for PCC. You ramped up your health and safety performance at the same time to make sure that we hit both of those areas really, really well. You've embraced Protect, the contribution of the people in PCC and the leaders in PCC to our safety leadership program has been immense. And you even got some accolades from the Fletcher Building Board, which came and walked through PCC. Look at how we have actually responded to some of those recent incidents in Fletcher Steel, and they were so pleased with what they saw. So look, well done, PCC. It's a wonderful achievement and very deserved.
Well, that wraps up the award portion of our live stream. And I mean, Fletcher Steel is an amazing, large and diverse group, so even to be nominated is such a recognition of your hard work. I'm now going to hand it back over to Mike, because I'm sure you're all wondering the results of the quiz. I mean, we were here to celebrate each other, but we also were here to win. So, Mike, how's it going on your box?
My box is brilliant. Thank you, Chris. All right, guys. Yes, I've got some scores I've tallied up. So first of all, I'm not going to go through all the names, because I think we've got about 120 of you that actually joined us in the quiz today. So, or over 120. So well done for that. First of all, I'm going to go into the teams. So the teams that take it out, you have actually won yourself an amazing prize. It's called bragging rights. All right. So your bragging rights, we have taken this on an average, because the Easy Steel team, they had something like 32 people join their team. So we've taken it on an average. So in third position actually goes to Easy Steel. So well done on you guys. That's 186 points you managed to get on average. In second position on 227 points on average goes to our PCC team. Well done, guys. But the first, for bragging rights, with 292 points goes to, drum roll, the Wire Production team. Well, the Wire Products, well done. I think Adrian is actually part of that team. So that's a massive effort because I think there was only actually 4 of you representing that side. So congratulations. Remember, that is on average. But now down to the individual prize. All right, this is actually a prize. This is a $300 Prezi card going out to the winner. I'm not going to, again, like I said, go through them all because we've got hundreds of you joined in. So I'm just going to go top 3. So somebody that I believe actually took out our quiz and fun stuff last year is in third position this year. So on 730 points goes to Sam Pocock. Well done, Sam. Then we've got our top 2. So I believe these two actually share an office together. I've actually seen some footage of them sharing some challenges together. So in second place, though, unfortunately, Anna, you have just been pipped to the post by June, on 780 points. So, Mara June, you are the winner of the $300 Prezi card. Congratulations to you. So that, guys, I hope you had so much fun doing the quiz. I had fun, me and my box, bringing that to you. But, Chris, I'll let you finish out the awards. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Mike. I mean, it seemed like a contested competition. There was a few celebrations here in the studio. I wish I was playing. I would have loved to have been a part of it. Well, that has been me and my job here I'm hosting the Fletcher Steel Annual Awards. It's been a privilege to get to be a part of this and get to meet the team. What an amazing group you all are, coming together in these tough times. I'm going to hand it back over to Adrian to wrap it all up beautifully.
Yeah, look, thanks so much, Chris. And go Fletcher Wire. I'm glad I didn't drag the team down because I haven't been doing these rounds here, standing watching. Great effort there. Hey, look, and well done to all the nominees today. There was a wonderful, wonderful list sent out there, and it was a seriously tough job with the SLT to go through to choose finalists, let alone winners. Again, I'm so confident in our business that we can go out, we can thrive in this environment, and that we do a great job next year as well. I do want to say a big thank you to the team here. Chris, you've been a wonderful host. Really wonderful to have you here today. Thank you. There he is across there, coming into my green screen area, encroaching on my exclusion zone, but that's all right. That's the only time that'll happen here. Also here, Meredith and Mike, you've been wonderful from the events group, making all this happen. The team here at Lux Productions as well. Good work, particularly for pointing out that my graph was upside down. So look, it's been pretty cool to do that. So thank you, team, for making it happen. Big shout out of all, Taryn, Brenda and Scott from the marketing team. Awesome work to make this happen. You have come up with all sorts of challenges you have faced. Thank you, Scott, who's been over there watching, the other team member here as well. It's been a marvellous effort to be able to do this. Thank you. And look, and thank also to all of you for time out of your day. I know how precious it is, but it's important we take this time to recognise and do some of that cool stuff that makes us such a great place to work. I certainly hope we see that over the coming year as well. All the best. I'm off to get my second vax now. Make sure you do the same, and looking forward to seeing you in person soon. Ka kite.